Top story from the bottom of hell. Senate Democrats announced a plan to spend $3.5 trillion on Democratic priorities like infrastructure and climate change, a slap in the face to all us who dreamed of one day being swallowed by an ocean fire. Senate Minority Leader and guy I'm pretty sure is wearing a Halloween mask of himself, Mitch McConnell, had this to say.
The country didn't elect a 50-50 Senate and a president who claimed to be a moderate so that Chairman Sanders could turn America into a socialist country.
Exactly. Moderate means neutral, and a neutral president should give a helpless shrug when the airport tarmacs melt into marshmallow fluff. Joining us now is New York Times bestselling author and humorist PJ O'Rourke. Sup, PJ?
Thank you, Bonnie and Tyler and Morgan and Jonathan.
You're a fellow libertarian. Should government really invest in new technologies to combat climate change when they're just going to burst into flames the minute there's a break in the cloud cover?
Well, I'm concerned about all this infrastructure talk. What about ultrastructure? This is the kind of ultrastructure that Republicans could get behind. Things like larger yacht harbors, longer runways for private jets.
Hello. If we start investing in America, that'll just give terrorists more stuff to target, duh.
I'd personally rather drive into a pit of hell-like pothole than be slowly eaten alive by a slight uptick in inflation.
Now, I fear America will just use that money to shack up with a younger, fitter country if it's anything like my ex-wife, who, after winning $17 on a scratch-off, dunked her undergarments in the trash before dead sprinting to the bar at Red Robin.
Oh, how I love Red Robin. Up next, poet Olivia Rodrigo has stabbed me and her Republican fans in the back by dancing with the temptress Fauci and heading to the White House to encourage teens to shoot up the vaccine.
I am beyond honored and humbled to be here today to help spread the message about the importance of youth vaccination. I'm in awe of the work President Biden and Dr. Fauci have done and was happy to help lend my support to this important initiative.
Interesting that Democrats are so anti-voter ID laws and then pick a teen star whose biggest hit is driver's license. That's another hot take thing that sounds like a slam but falls apart under the slightest scrutiny.
Nice job,
Thank you. I thought of it during my breakfast of 50 eggs with maximum runny yolk. Now, PJ, I don't like the government telling me what to do, but I love the government telling an 18-year-old pop star to tell me what to do. Please, God, tell me that makes sense.
Well, I confess, I'm old. I'm not familiar with Olivia Rodrigo.
What the
Honey, I don't like this, honey. I do not like this. I don't think the government should be in the business of encouraging kids to not commit mass negligent suicide.
It's cruel to convince young people to do what's necessary to stay alive when we've gone out of our way to make sure there's nothing to live for.
Good points all around. Moving on. Current President Donald J. Trump took a break from having his job as president to attack Justice Brett Kavanaugh for not giving him the job that he already has currently. Telling comedian Michelle Wolf, "Where would he be without me? I saved his life. He wouldn't even be in a law firm. In retrospect, he just hasn't had the courage you need to be a great justice. Stop fighting! This is not what I need. The same week I lost $5,000 betting Conor McGregor would win even after his foot fell off." PJ, is the fact that you're not crying uncontrollably right now definitive proof that you are a sociopath incapable of feeling the deep sadness of this Kavanaugh-Trump rift?
I think that's fair to say. America's had all sorts of different presidents. We've had dim bulbs, we've had oily charmers, we've had sleazebags, a few drunks, some earnest twerps, some confused old folks.
You covered Clinton. Who else?
Americans, America is innovative. Americans are adventurous. And America said to itself, we've never had a president who is completely insane. And let's try that.
It is so messed up that Kavanaugh's accusers didn't mention Kavanaugh was like a bad friend.
Okay, I'm going to just come out and say something totally true and not made up to get what I want. I've got cancer, and my final wish is for my parents, Donald Trump and Brent Cannonball, to not get a divorce. Let's remember the good times we had as a family. Mandating voting booths constantly spin like teacups.
Made sure women seeking abortions have to skydive in the dead of night, hoping to land in a state where it's not yet a capital offense.
Making it illegal for workers to organize to get a non-open air bathroom.
Upholding the DHS's right to house refugee parents and children in separate expert difficulty escape rooms.
Please, you two, if you love me, you'll meet at the top of the Empire State Building at midnight tonight, where we'll agree to live happily together. I love you, daddies. If security gives you a hard time, tell them you also have cancer. It works everywhere. All right, I gotta get my hands on a few buckets of elk urine for my nephew's bachelor party, so let's wrap it out with I'm not done. The William Wallace of getting blackout drunk and sending vile threats to your wife, Mel Gibson, saluted Donald Trump at the UFC fight. But one salute is not enough deference for our king. Give his feet a tongue bath or get the out. Bonnie?
Who in the hell told me that Alan Weiselberg was 2 feet tall? Who? Because I've been going around telling everybody about that. Morgan?
If, for whatever reason, I'm not here next week, know that I did what I did with the best interests of the Haitian people at heart.
I have asshole mites.
Great.